new report by the Bayelsa State Oil and Environmental Commission has set out evidence of neglect by international oil companies, including Shell and Eni, which has made a huge impact on the environment. The commissioner's dossier, released in London today, estimates the cost of the cleanup in Bayelsa at $12 billion and will take at least 12 years to fix.
Well, I'm actually one of the honorary commissioners, so although I didn't do all the trips to Bayelsa that the commissioners did, I have been following this process for 4 years. The commission was set up in 2019, and then of course we had the intervention and the delay as a result of the COVID pandemic. What this report does is give a lot of texture and personal stories to the evidence from the research about the impact in Bayelsa, which is in the Niger Delta, of the work of the oil companies. And you have people's livelihoods have been destroyed over the last 50 years. The incredible and devastating impact in terms of their health. The fact that oil companies are not taking responsibility when there are leakages in the pipes to fix them. Sometimes it takes years. Literally, you have black rain that is falling on people. I mean, respiratory diseases are rife. People can't fish. There are no birds in the vicinity. The land has been devastated. People can't really get food. So, as a world and as a society, we are concerned about the environment, we're concerned about climate change. This is part of that mega environmental damage. And my view is that we can do something about it. We have a proposal in the report for a fund, a major remediation fund. People will focus on the figures because it's 12 billion over 12 years. We think the companies that are the polluters should pay for that. But it goes beyond that. We're talking about the Nigerian government putting in place strong regulation. We're talking about people putting a degree of pressure as shareholders on companies like Shell, like Eni in Italy. We're talking about using NGOs and others to continue with the campaign about the impact of all of this. So it's not just about the money, it's about a collective effort for action. It's absolutely not true. If you look at the films of what has been happening, if you look at the evidence, there's a lot of research in this report. If you look at the evidence in the report, it is clearly not true. And one of the things that the oil companies have hidden behind is the fact that the legislation in Nigeria that we have, for example, here, which is that the polluter pays, it is not as strong as in other parts of the world. I don't think it's good enough to hide behind that. I think the government of Nigeria have got to get tough. I think the government of Bayelsa State have really got to hold their national government accountable, but they also have to do what they can to hold the oil companies accountable. And I think that the oil companies have to stop hiding behind excuses, stop hiding behind the fact that they have local subsidiaries, and take responsibility. These are major international organizations, some headquartered here in London, others headquartered elsewhere. If this were happening in Aberdeen, it would not be allowed to go on. Why is it being allowed to go on in Bayelsa?